Well, hello everyone. This is H2 Micro, otherwise known as Ben Perfect. I have a YouTube channel under H2 Micro and many scale videos there for you to all enjoy. But the last weekend I actually competed in the Crawl ANZ National Championships here in Australia, and I was very successful and actually won first place, but that's another story. One of the raffle prizes that was a giveaway at the presentation ceremony yesterday was this, a brand new G2 1/18 scale performance RC truck, kindly donated by RC4WD as part of the really awesome prize pool that was given out to competitors. I thought I would do an unboxing video on this, as these are brand new on the market. I would hesitate to say that I'm probably the first person in Australia to actually own one. There might be others, but we certainly haven't seen any evidence of that yet. So let's get this underway and we'll get this little gem out of the box. The graphics on it are really clear, it's detailed, it's showing all the different components that there are. We've got information on the bottom. This is a ready to run truck, so it comes with its own RX and TX, as well as a small LiPo battery and even a LiPo battery buzzer alarm. My understanding is that ESC does not have a LiPo cutoff, the one that's supplied with it, so RC4WD thought about, well, let's make sure that we protect those LiPos and put in the buzzer. I mean, it's well packaged, everything is there. There's information here on the back about the dimensions. Now, we're talking small here. When this was first published and pictures were available on the intranet, no one really had a clear understanding of the physical size. Even when the wheelbase and the dimensions were quoted, it still didn't really grasp in your mind and settle there about what the physical size actually was. Hopefully today we'll be able to do that very quickly for you. As you can see, it's well packaged, it's protected very well, it's in a blister pack type arrangement. There's no way it really could get damaged in shipping. The whole thing slides out on its own separate floor, and it would appear then that in the back is the RX and TX. Other items here appears to be quite a nice little manual. I mean, they've painted this one red on the picture, and it's got, full instructions on actually how to go through and assemble and service, how it's put together. Very thorough, very useful if you actually want to repurpose the chassis for another type of vehicle. But let's look at the actual prize itself. Not sure how this is actually attached. Well, it looks like it's just very nicely sat into the support underneath. So, there we go. What a nice little piece of gear. Now, the representative from RC4WD had one of these out on the rocks over the weekend, and I was able to talk with him a little bit about it, and so I was very delighted that I was actually won one of these. I mean, the detail underneath is really quite nice. Everything is actually metal. It's got the 4-link trusses just like the Yoda 2s do, steel drive shafts, metal links, even the little gearbox with the small motor. It's all metal. It's really rather quite nice. So initially looking at it, we've got, reasonable suspension, bit of a flex here. A bit more weight might actually help it flex a little more, as it's really quite light. The tyres feel rubbery and smooth. I'm not sure on the compound, but I would say it's pretty much comparable to the ones that come on the G2. Okay, let's clear some of this away and we'll see if we can then have a better look at this without the shell on. Well, the shell's held on with 4 screws. They both use different size hex hardware to actually remove them. But let's have a look at what we have underneath. As you can see, very much like the Galandi 2 is the chassis itself. The hardware is small. We're talking, in some cases, even M1.5, M.2, small hardware. A micro servo up the front here, and the ESC is combined with the RX in a unique package. I mean, there's plenty of scope for people to actually change this out for other electronics if they so wish, but at least this is a great little ready to run option. Let's have a look underneath. Very, very tiny and small steel or metal axles, probably aluminium. The detail on the body itself is comparable to that you can find on the larger 1 to 8.5 scale that was commonly known. It looks appropriate and accurate as best can be represented in such a small package. There's certainly scope here for additional detail work, painting the lower windscreen area and rubbers and things around the windows, but overall very nice. Of course, there's no interior provided with this truck, but that just means builders like myself can actually go ahead and make something unique and appropriate for such a nice little package. Let's now have a look at the TX and what's in the rest of the box. I think this is the battery. Yes, it's a little 850 mega amp hour battery. 7.54 volts, so it's a 2S battery on 25C. Not bad for it to actually be included. And then this is the neat little TX that comes with it. Obviously already paired with the RX within the ESC on the truck. You know what, it's not fabulous, but it's going to be fun just to use and to run around. It'll do the job. It only has to steer and throttle and reverse, so all should be fine. Also supplied is a little strap for the battery. Finally done. It's a little bit fiddly, but for the first time that can be expected. Not surprisingly, there are no batteries supplied with the RX, so I'll grab some AA batteries and let's see if we can get this wheeling. The RX has some actual adjustment built in, which is rather nice. So let's just see if we can turn this on in a minute and see how it goes. I'm going to turn it upside down first. It has armed, so here we go. All right, and reverse, so forward, reverse, and steering. Not a lot of steering lock, but maybe that could be looked at. We'll find out in the near future. It's got a little bit of zip to it. I hope to actually get a much better video of this soon. But as you can see, it is actually driving and running here on my bench. So I'll just grab a couple of my rigs so you can get a reasonable size comparison, but if you look behind, there is the trailer from the camper trailer from RC4WD Drive that I won as part of my prize package for the Class 1 National Titles. You can see really how small it is against that. Wow. There you go. Hopefully that gives you a reasonable size comparison. That's my D129, the current champion now for Class 1 in Australia. However, as you can see, a 1:24 scale is a lot smaller. Really, I'm curious to see what it will be like out in the wild. Unfortunately, it's raining here now, so it will be a day or two before I can get video of that. I hope that you enjoyed this unboxing, and if there are any questions, please send me a message. Thank you very much. H2 Micro, signing out until next time.